All right, so if you discover that your why is egotistical or materialistic, then it could be that your why is not birthed from a greater why. So, as a believer, I think I said this before, is as a Christian, your why, the foundation of your why is going to be to glorify God and to help bring other people into the kingdom of God. So, give God glory, expand the kingdom of God, right? And then all of our secondary whys are birthed out of that. And if it's birthed out of that primary why, then it's not going to be egotistical. It's not going to be materialistic, where it's like, man, I want to grow my platform. I want to be rich. I want to be famous. I want to whatever, lead this great organization and have this great title. If that's your why, then you need to check your foundational why as a believer. Our whys that are birthed from the primary why, the foundational why, is going to feed into that. So if I feel like, man, there's this feeling within me that I cannot get rid of. There are things that I cannot unsee. There are things that frustrate me and anger me in a godly way that I feel like I want to make a difference in. Then I use my platform, I use my money, I use my resources, I use my influence to make a positive difference in those areas, in those pain points, or in those passions that I might have that feed into my greater why, that feed into my secondary whys. So therefore, what I do, I'm doing for a reason. And what I do all of a sudden really matters. And I'm not just doing stuff to further my comfortability, to further my personal agenda, but now I'm doing it for a real kingdom of God reason. So if I'm going to become a great athlete, if I'm going to become a great preacher, if I'm going to become a great student, a great spouse, a great whatever, I'm doing that ultimately for the glory of God. And that is my why. So if I'm raising kids and I want to raise them to be great human beings, I'm doing that for the glory of God. So therefore, the why behind me being great at whatever, the why behind that ultimately is to give God glory. And that's how I discover my why. And that's how I live out my life with my why in front of me. So it looks different for all of us. I want to talk about it a little bit more in these next few days ahead. So that's why in 1 Corinthians 10:31, it says, in all things and everything that you do, do it for the glory of God.